Good morning. Happy Monday. Lisa, Lydia here with you on this day after the Super Bowl. As we talked about this morning on First News, a lot of people off today, maybe a record-breaking number of people off.
Those
today.
are the people that thought ahead.
They planned ahead, because we both stayed up too late,
Yep.
but we're still here. Lydia has some very cold weather to talk about here in just a moment, but of course, we first just like to remind you we're live on Facebook every weekday morning, right around this time. It stays on your feed, though, throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you. Plus, remember, you can listen to it as a podcast. Just go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. It's here. You warned us about it last week. You said it was coming, but really cold air out there.
I got a slap of reality for a Monday morning. Wind chill values 20s and 30s below right now. So, ouch.
Yeah.
That's cold. And we have more of that in store for the week. Today, a few increasing clouds, maybe a flurry out of those, but some peaks of sunshine at least. And high temperatures close to zero, going 1 today in Fargo. So just a hair above zero. Then we fall back below zero tonight. I have minus 20s by tomorrow morning. Cold weather advisories and extreme cold warnings in place for that, where wind chill values can be in the minus 30s to even the minus 40s by tomorrow morning. High temperatures tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, are sub-zero. Minus 5, minus 6, minus 3, I think off the top of my head, for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, respectively. Overnight lows, 20s below, teens below, through that whole stretch. So really cold air, dangerous cold if you work outside. If you're sending kids to the bus stop, if they normally walk to school, there's probably going to be recess inside with this type of air, all those things to think about. It's because the jet stream is dropping to our south, which allows that colder air to seep its way on top of us, but then it kind of takes activity to our south too. So I don't have those periodic snows like what we saw last week, where just about every other day there was some kind of snow in the forecast last week. Not the case this week. You're going to see more sunshine, less snowfall, just dealing with the cold. And new snow on the ground keeps you cold too. So if you look at our 10-day forecast, you'll notice that Fargo's is actually a few degrees colder than Grand Forks because we have deeper snow pack on the ground here compared to what they have up north. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. Cold is cold, though. Yeah. I mean, minus 15 to minus 20, like, do you really notice the difference of that? But it's cold. Your next chance for accumulating snow holds off until Saturday. So we've got some days here of at least okay roads, just dealing with the cold air. I do have temperatures back above zero briefly on Friday afternoon for Valentine's Day, and then that snow moving in Friday night into Saturday. Right now, a few inches looks likely, but we'll see what that looks like, of course, as we get closer. I don't see it being a giant snowstorm by any means. All right, it's just the cold. That's it. That's it for the week.
Plan ahead, layer up. Thank you, Lydia. Okay, well, to some of your news headlines this morning, overnight Fargo snowplow crews focused on cleaning up snow out of downtown Fargo while we have this little break. Cold, but no snow, so they were taking advantage. We've learned at least one person had their vehicle towed since they were in a no parking zone. City crews were moving snow from the east-west avenues. That included 2nd Avenue South up to 7th Avenue North, in between 2nd Street and University Drive. Today, a Moorhead man is back in court, accused of stabbing his ex-girlfriend to death. 18-year-old Isaac Arndt is appearing in Clay County Court this morning. He's charged with first-degree murder in the death of 14-year-old Jalen Walker. Police say Arndt admitted to stabbing Walker, cutting her throat, and throwing her body into the Red River last August. Of course, we're tracking this story. Stay with WDAY for the very latest on what happens in court today. Today, the Moorhead School Board will discuss budget cuts. The move comes after voters rejected a referendum last November. The district was asking for $4.3 million a year for 10 years to pay for a variety of improvements. Without that money, the district has earmarked a little over $4.2 million in cuts for the next fiscal year. Some of the cuts that they're looking at, the biggest would go to the transportation budget, but other cuts include eliminating some positions and reducing the number of substitute teachers that are used. A special work session is scheduled for 4:30 this afternoon before the normal school board meeting. Mango's opens up its new location today. You might remember the Mexican restaurant closed down in July of last year after a fire damaged its Fargo location on Main Avenue. The original plan was to stay in that same building, but as we reported on WDAY, the owners made the announcement on New Year's Day that they were moving across the river. They're actually going to be going into the old Boulder Tap House, that's just off Highway 10. That location closed in December of 2023, but Mango's opening today from 11 to 9. And it is the day after the Super Bowl. A lot of people tired, but a lot of people still celebrating. The Philadelphia Eagles are waking up Super Bowl champions, getting back at the Chiefs. The Eagles actually dominated the Chiefs 40-22 in Super Bowl 59. The game really wasn't as close as the final score indicates. If you watched it at all, the Eagles were up 40-6 before the Chiefs scored 2 late touchdowns. And if you're tired after staying up for the game, Starbucks can help you out today with the free coffee coupon. The coffee chain is offering a free 12-ounce hot or iced brew coffee to anyone today as long as you are a Starbucks Rewards member. You'll find that coupon for the free drink in your app. One note, if you're thinking, wow, I should get that, if you are signing up just today for the Starbucks Rewards program, you'll have to go into the store and talk to a barista to get that free coffee. So that is part of the deal. Okay, football season is over, and now we can look at baseball. Something to look forward to. Spring training starts actually later this week for the Minnesota Twins. Much warmer location for them, of course, in Florida. Pitchers and catchers have their first workout on Thursday. Spring training officially starts for the rest of the team on Monday. And if you're looking forward to maybe going to a Twins spring training game, the first game is on February 22nd. Talking Sports, Hot Mike with Dom Izzo is coming up 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and also Inforum.com. Today, of course, Dom will be talking about the Super Bowl. The Eagles prevented NFL history, and there was a unique Fargo connection to the Philadelphia win. He'll talk about that. Plus, Havana, North Dakota can now brag that they have a Super Bowl champion. Dom will be talking about how Dallas Goddard claims both North Dakota and South Dakota as his home. Join Dom from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. And join us for our next newscast coming up at 11 this morning. And we have you covered this afternoon starting at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for more First News from 5 to 7. Stay warm, everyone.